Right now, there's people at the border who are trying to seek asylum. People who are seeking asylum are people who are being persecuted, people who are running for their lives. We're all part of the same community, the same fabric, and so we should all be protecting each other. My father came to the United States when I was a kid. When my father passed away, nobody contacted us. Like my father, there's so many people whose rights are trampled on, who are not seen as human beings. And it was at that moment that I said, you know what, I'm gonna become an immigration attorney and eventually find myself at the ACLU where I fight for immigrant rights.
When I was 5 years old, my family had to be smuggled out of Afghanistan because my mother and father were being persecuted. Right now, there are various policies that would effectively ban asylum or people from seeking asylum.
Title 42 is a public health regulation that was used under COVID as a way to ban people who are seeking asylum. This administration is perpetuating that asylum ban.
We promised after World War II as a nation, we would never again send people back to danger without a hearing. Even if Title 42 ends, the Biden administration is saying they're going to put in new Trump-type policies. The ACLU and our partners will immediately go to court and fight that. I think it's important that people ask themselves, well, why did we make that promise after World War II, but we're so willing to abandon it now?
My family today would be turned away. And what would my life look like if I were a gay man in Afghanistan? I wouldn't be alive.
And so we need to have an asylum system that allows you to at least tell your story to get a hearing.
I am very lucky to work for the ACLU. When I go to work, I not only fight for immigrant communities, but I fight for my own family. I fight for my husband. He has temporary protected status. I fight for my niece who has protection as an undocumented youth. I have a fight for people in my family who I'm afraid I could lose.
We have a big fight in front of us, and we're dealing with some of the most powerful people in the world, like the President of the United States, his administration. The ACLU helps us keep them accountable.
The United States, as the richest country in the world, cannot shirk our responsibility. You need the public behind you to say, we don't want this happening anymore.
All these decisions that are being made, we need to remember that they affect people, everyday people. They affect parents, they affect children, and they affect our communities. And I'm going to be there advocating so that those protections come back. I'm going to be advocating so that families remain united, so that people who seek asylum are able to do so in a humane way. We stand up and we keep on fighting. That's what we do.